Do you know you can save thousands of dollars with an ATM agreement? Stay to the end of the video and I wanted to share with you what some of those items are in the ATM agreement. Hi, I'm Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, and we help hundreds of aspiring ATM business owners go from 0 ATMs to ATM Business Pro in as little as 30 days. Always remember, here at PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Without further ado, the top 5 things that you need to know that you should have in your ATM agreement. Point number 1, a breach violation clause. So what's a breach violation clause? A breach violation clause is that if they breach the contract, break the contract, kick you out, then X happens to them because they violated Y. That's what a breach violation clause in your agreement is. So point number 2, so this is what this should be. So if you breach the agreement, the violation should be, let's say, a $100 cancellation fee, plus what we also include is the surcharge, the remaining surcharge that you would make if you stayed in the location for the lifetime of the contract that's left on the contract. Now, if you signed a 5-year agreement and after 3 years they decide to kick you out, you got 2 years left on that agreement. So what you do is you take an average of the transactions that you would be doing for the remainder of the contract, times it by whatever you are getting. Let's say if there's a $3 surcharge and you're getting $2, that puts you, and you're doing 100 transactions, that's $200 a month. You got 24 months left on the contract. So that would be $4,800 left on the agreement. They got to pay you $4,800 for you to exit the ATM location. So if you're thinking about starting a profitable ATM business but didn't know where to start, stay to the end of the video and I will share with you our checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist. The 5 things you need to know to start a profitable ATM business so you can have a passive income source for your family. You can earn between $250 and $1,500 in passive income every single month. All right, let's get back to the video. So point number 3, when this happens to you, and if it does, point number 3 will be go down to the location. Try to make amends. Figure out why they want to get rid of you if they want to get rid of you. What is the situation? Because a lot of times what they'll do is they'll call you up and say, hey, I got another vendor, please come take your ATM out. And you're like, well, okay, well, let me come down, set an appointment up, go down, see what the complaint is. It might be service. Maybe you weren't there when it broke down a bunch of times. Maybe they said, well, I'm not getting my commission check. See what those issues are and then try to resolve them. Most of the time, if there is an issue like that, you can resolve that. A few times for us, people say, well, hey, we never got a commission check. I'm like, well, we don't issue commission checks. What we do is we do ACHs. Is this your bank account? They say, yeah, that's my bank account. And I say, well, is this your email? And they say, yeah, that's my email. Let's say, well, here's the emails that we were sending to your email every month with the statements. They say, oh, you know what? I don't even look at that. My wife looks at it. I'm like, okay, and this is the bank account. Again, my wife looks at it, I don't look at it. So you are getting statements, you are getting the money. And then they say, well, yeah, let me call my wife. Oh yeah, we are. I didn't know that. Okay. So what's the other issue? Are there any other issues? So what you're trying to do in point number 3 is you're trying to go down, figure out what the issues are for your location, why they want to kick you out. And then you want to reassure them that, you know what, those are not the issues, and let's work through the issues and see what they are. So point number 4, in your discovery, what you're going to find out is maybe there's somebody in there who's offering them more money, a better deal, so they think. They're promising them a great deal. Now, what you're trying to do now is just like, well, who is it? You're trying to figure out, well, who is trying to come between you and your customer? So when you get this information, now you can document it. It's like, okay, well, it's XYZ ATM. You get the number and you say, hey, you know what? I would like to know the number or the company. You know what? Since I'm going to be leaving here, maybe the guy wants to buy my ATM. You know what? I don't want to haul away. Maybe he's interested. Oh yeah, I can give you his name. I can give you the number. And all you're doing right now is you're getting the name and the number of the other guy, because what you want to do is now you're going to call that guy and let him know, you know what, fella, we got an ATM location agreement. I got X amount of dollars. You owe me $5,000. You want me to take it out? I can do that. The guy will say, you know what? Hey, I didn't say anything with you. You can't go after me. Well, you're wrong. I'm letting you know because I'm going to send you a certified mail that, you know what, we do have an agreement. Here's the agreement. And you know what? From there, you can take it up with my lawyer. But if you want us to stay, if you don't want us to stay in a location, then you're going to have to pay me $5,000 to get out of location. And then what you do is you also let the store owner know, hey, I talked to XYZ ATM. They agreed that they're going to pay me the $5,000, or they said, you know what, I didn't know there was a location agreement and we're going to just pull out of the deal. Therefore, you're saving your location, saving you thousands of dollars on this location. And point number 5, after you talk to the location owner, after you try to work everything out, maybe you can, hopefully you can, sometimes you can, and you talk to the new guy and you talk to him and you said, this is what's going on. Then you want to go back down to the location. If it's still going to move forward, you go back down to location and you bring your agreement and say, look, Mr. Store Owner, you signed this agreement. This was 2 years ago. He said, I never signed anything. Well, yeah, I hear you did. And you show him the agreement. You say, look, I got 3 years left on a contract. I got 2 years. I got a year, whatever it is. If you want me to go, you can pay me out. I can leave. I've talked to the new ATM owner. He's not interested in paying me out. If you're interested in paying me out, you can pay me out. And then I can gladly take my ATM out and you and the new guy can work out the deal, whatever you want, but we're not going anywhere until that happens. Sometimes it gets a little sticky. At the end of the day, you didn't do anything wrong. You serviced the guy, you put your ATM in, you took the chance in case it got robbed, you filled that ATM every day, week after week, night after night, you provided service and good service for him and his customer. You are entitled to stay the lifetime of the agreement. Some people will say, hey Phil, why would you want to stay in a location that doesn't want you in it? Because I worked real hard for that location, all those nights, all those years, and I want to stay in there and continue making money. Because it's not always about me, sometimes it's about my family and we're trying to provide for them. So if you're interested in getting into the ATM business but didn't know where to start, stay to the end of the video and I will share with you our checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist, the 5 things you need to know to start a profitable ATM business so you can earn passive income, make more money, and spend more time with your family. So if you're interested in starting your ATM journey, click the link down below and start your ATM journey today. Again, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, where we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Thank you guys for making us #1 on YouTube, and we're also on Rumble, so check us out.